Hi guys, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining us today. Please hit the subscribe button if this video idea is something that you guys are enjoying, as there'll be a few more of these to come soon. So today I'm going to be using Ellen Catherine's video prompts. I think they might be the ones that she's designed, or they might be the ones that she used previously, and I can't remember who she said she got them from. But I have 10 questions. We're going to use those questions to go on a bit of a scavenger hunt and decide the next book. I love the creators that have big walls behind them of all their books and stuff like that. I have my little book cart, which I'm sure you would have seen before. That is it. It's a book cart and a dream. So today, some of the books that we go through and that answer some of the questions with, I might not have read, which means some of the questions might be a little bit harder to do, but I feel like we're gonna have a good time and it will just be a bit of fun. Book number 1 is a 5-star book and then a book recommendation from this. So let me go and grab it. Okay, so for book number 1, sorry, the sun seems to be slanting right through. Book number 1, I've got None of This Is True by Lisa Jewell, and this is a thriller kind of suspense book. And I feel like if you like this book, you will like The Woman in Cabin 10, because that book is a thriller and it had me on the edge of my seat. So next book is going to be The Woman in Cabin 10. Then prompt number 2 is letters in the title. So let me just count that out. Okay, so it's The Woman in Cabin 10. So 17. Okay, so this title will have 17 letters in, and then it says count from a random place on your bookshelf. Obviously mine will be my book cart, so I'm going to count along from here. 17. Okay, so book number 17 is The Kiss Quotient. Book number 3 that we got is The Kiss Quotient, and then for that prompt it's similar colours. Okay, so I feel like we've got 2 options to go for this. So this is The Kiss Quotient. Then we've got the rule book, because you've got that blue and yellow vibe, but I think with the green and the big yellow, it's just not quite it. But I feel like the better match, sorry about all the angles changing, I've got you propped up and I don't think it's a good idea. I think the best match is Olive by Emma Gannon, because I feel like it's got that blue background, white writing, people on the cover. So that is going to be the book for prompt number 3. Okay, so then for prompt number 4, it says reverse page number of the book and find a similar page number. So this book has, don't want to spoil anything, 408. So we need a book that's around 804 pages. Now, I am going to try and find these physically, but I'm not a romance reader. I'm not a fantasy reader, and so that's why I feel most people get their like big chunky books from. So physically for me, the longest book that I have on my TBR is 756 pages. I think that might actually be the biggest book that I own, because although I've read the ACOTAR series, my best friend owns them, and so I never did. But yeah, so I'm going to go with Midnight Sun by Stephanie Meyer as the reverse page and reverse the page number and find a similar page count. We need to find a similar colour combination on the cover. I would say the closest we're going to get is The Maidens by Alex Merkeles. I feel like that's quite a close colour combination. You've got like the darks, the red, they look a bit spooky, and then you've got like the white writing as well. Well, this is silver writing, but you've got that white writing as well. We're going with this one for prompt number 7. You've got first sentence of the book, and then a book from a word with that in the title. So the first sentence it starts with is Edward Fosker was a murderer. I think maybe was might be a good word there. So let me have a look. After a bit of time, I've managed to find the next book. So from sentence number 3, which said this wasn't something Miranda knew just on an intellectual level as an idea. And so I've got Love on the Brain by Ali Hazelwood. Okay, so then it's also with the same name as someone in the acknowledgements. Oh, maybe she acknowledges her husband. That'd be easy. L, do I have an L? I do. So she acknowledges L Woods, which obviously I know is a fictional character, but she acknowledges L Woods. And then so I've got Good Girl Complex by L Kennedy, and I feel like L perfect. We've got another similar covers. This is going to be a hard one, I think, because this is quite a unique cover with the pink and the blue in the landscape, and I don't have many like this. Okay, I've made my decision. I was just looking and I was like, oh, I mean, the colours are a bit off, but I feel like if you reverse it, it's pretty similar. So we've got The Paradise Problem by Christina Lauren as the book with the similar cover. The last prompt we've got is my birth month and date together. So I'm born on the 15th of February, so that's 17. Turn to that page, and then it says first word on the page in the title. So the first word is well. I have a book, and it's not a physical book. I'll put a picture here. So it's called Not What She Seems. Now, this is one of the books that I have on my Kindle because it follows one of the Goodreads bookmark prompts. I'm very intrigued to get into, and I want to complete all the bookmarks on Goodreads this year. So this one falls under the bookmark for Essential Reader. So this bookmark is for you collect this achievement when you read one of these essential books from Black authors. So it is by Yasmin Ango, and it is a mystery thriller book, and I don't know what it's about. As you know, when I do mystery thriller books, I tend to go into them very blind. So I actually have this one on Kindle, but I also have it on Audible, I believe, which will be a good way to kind of get it read, because at the moment I'm filming this, it is currently the 20th of February and I'm still making my way through my February TBR, which is fun. And I also have a couple of other books that I want to be reading for videos and that coming out soon. So yeah, I will get back to you very soon when I'm about halfway with my thoughts and feelings of this book so far. Hi guys, good morning. So we're gonna have a bit of a chatty while I get ready update. I'm really sorry about the lighting. The lighting in this bathroom is horrific, but I need to get this filmed while I'm getting ready this morning. So I am now about halfway through Not What She Seems. I always get the book name wrong because on my TBR this month, I've got a book called Now You See Her, and they just have such similar vibes. They're both thrillers that I struggle to remember the names correctly. So yeah, Not What She Seems, I'm about halfway through. So this book is, as I explained in the start, this book is enabling me to get one of the Goodreads goals, because it is an essential read from a Black writer, which I'm loving kind of the different style of livelihood, I guess, because the main character is a Black American living in Southern America. So obviously that's a very niche take on what it's like to live there. And yeah, I'm really enjoying it. Ooh, SPF is on. So this story follows a young girl who, there was a tragic, I don't know how annoying this will be, so I'll record. This book follows a young girl who, after a tragic circumstance happened years ago with her dad, she left her hometown. She is like a disgrace to the hometown, and she left her family behind and left her hometown. And her grandfather then becomes ill or is in hospital, and so she has to return back to the hometown. However, her grandfather being ill, or there's some suspicious circumstances around like her grandfather at the moment. And that's kind of where you get up to halfway. You kind of find out that she's not in the town due to something that's happened with her dad. And obviously you get a bit more information on that, but you don't find out the full story. And you find out that there are some suspicious circumstances as to what's going on with her granddad. And basically it's her job. Oh, I don't like that. Welcome to get ready with me in the mornings, which is just a nightmare. Yeah, basically it's just her now being back in her hometown, navigating kind of the rumours, the joys of being in a small town, and also trying to figure out what's gone on with her granddad. So yeah, I think where I'm at now, you've kind of got to that main mystery plot point, and I feel like now will be where it starts to get really interesting and starts to pick, like the pace of the plot seems to pick up a little bit, because of the mystery element that we're gonna have coming into it, and just that plot line will develop a little bit further. Like I say, I am enjoying it. I think at the moment I can't give it a rating. I don't have a rating to give you that I suspect it's going to be, because the mystery element's only just starting. I don't feel, sometimes when that's happening in these sorts of books, I feel like the first half is really unnecessary or dull and boring, but I feel like this first half was needed. It needed to set the scene, and I'm guessing kind of all the events will link, so there will be some sort of link between what happened with her dad and what's going on with her granddad. And her granddad used to be a detective, so it's linked to old cases that he had 2 cases which were really important to him. One was one that should never be solved, and one was one that he should solve. And he had like a memento from one of these cases, and that's heavily linked. And I think it's going to be a lot of trying to figure out the case and understand how a certain character's got to do with that case and how they're messed up in this whole situation. And maybe that might honorate her for her actions with her dad. I don't know, obviously, but I am liking it so far. And like I said, I do think the second half will pick up slightly. It's one of the books that you have available on Audible and Kindle Unlimited. So I'm kind of tandem reading it and listening to it, and I was really enjoying last night just sitting down and listening to it whilst reading along. So I think I might end up doing that a little bit more today. I am hoping to finish it today, so you might get a clip tonight of me finishing the book, or maybe tomorrow morning a similar sort of clip when I'm getting ready in the morning with my final thoughts and feelings. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting back into this book. I'm gonna get changed for work now, and then I can listen to it in the car while I'm driving in. So I'll speak to you guys later. I'm sorry, you're gonna see a theme with the next couple of videos, seeing me in this jumper, because I'm doing a bit of a mass filming section because I've finished a few books, not had a lot of time to film updates. So I have finished Not What She's Seen. For some reason I get that name wrong every single time. I ended up giving this one 3 stars, I think. Okay, so just checked it. I ended up giving this book 4 stars. So I think actually, while I'm thinking about it, I've changed it down to I bumped it down to 3 stars, just because I don't see what I remember about this book. Now, I finished this book, so today is the 7th of March, and I finished this book on the 4th of March, so I only finished this book like 3 days ago. And I'm going to properly think about it, and I will talk to you about it, but just like off the bat, I can't remember what this book is about. So let me think about it. So it was about a woman whose granddad passed away. Yes, I remember it now. So like I said, as you can see, it's not one that's kind of stuck in my brain. I gave it 4 stars when it was finished because I did think it was a good book, but realistically, looking back on it, I wasn't gripped. I didn't want to continue reading. Now, partly that's because I was in a bit of a slump, but partly that's just because I wasn't vibing with the book, and I don't know why. It was a thriller, and it just wasn't my type of thriller. But I don't know whether that's down to the fact that I was feeling a bit slumpy or what, because it is meant to be my type of thriller. Like, everything about it sounds like my type of thriller. I don't know whether it's because I read it on audiobook, and at the moment I'm going through a bit of an audiobook slump as well, that I'm just not feeling audiobooks. I don't know. But yeah, basically the story follows a girl whose granddad passed away, and he used to be a detective, and she's kind of working out clues to find out what happened to him, and it links to one of the cases which he was always trying to solve. There was 2 cases, one that shouldn't have been solved, one that he was trying to solve, and she's kind of, throughout the course of the book, you find out more about those 2 cases, and it all links to her grandfather passing away. Now, I will say it does tie up in a nice bow. It does feel kind of, at the end, it feels really accomplished because it's very complete. And the writing was good. I don't know whether it's because I was listening to it on audiobook. I didn't have that kind of thriller feel where I was like, oh, I need to find out more. Oh, what's happening now? Oh, I need to know. It was kind of, if I wasn't reading it for a video, I probably maybe would have changed books, or it would have taken me slightly longer to read. But yeah, I mean, it was an okay book. Like I say, it wasn't one that I would definitely run out and recommend. It's not one that I would definitely run out and talk about to friends, and especially thrillers as well. I find that with thrillers, if I know it's a good book, when I want to tell my friends about it, I want to tell them what happened. My best friend's also a really big reader, and so I know it's a good thriller or a good book when I want to kind of go to her and say, oh, this is what happened. And because she doesn't read thrillers, so I'm very much happy to give her a full spoiler review, because she won't read it. But yeah, not the most amazing book in the world, but it is what it is. I think if you like the premise of it, then definitely maybe pick it up. But if you don't, then I wouldn't rush out to pick up a thriller, or this thriller. There's definitely thrillers that I found that are better on the market, but it was still a good read. And it was one that I wanted to tick off my Goodreads bookmarks as well, so I feel accomplished in that sense that it's ticked off that. It got another book off my Kindle TBR, another book that I wanted to get to. So I would like to just say thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'm not sure how long this video is going to be. I think the scavenger hunt at the start took up quite a lot of time, so I'm hoping this is a good length video for you. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I look forward to seeing you again soon. The next video coming out will be out on Wednesday actually, so it's an extra little video for you that I've managed to squeeze in this month. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy and I'll speak to you soon. Goodbye.